Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Yes, it's Superman, who is today as completely puzzled as Perry White by the sudden and strange disappearance of Jimmy Olsen. We'll take you to the scene in a moment. But right now, here's a word from Dan McCullough.
You know, it seems like every time two or more kids get together these days, they start right off talking about those swell comic buttons from packages of Kellogg's Pep. At school recess or after school or on weekends, you fellas and girls are mighty busy comparing notes on how many comic buttons you've collected so far. And trading duplicates, too. Boy, that's a load of fun. Maybe you have 2 Orphan Annie buttons, but you don't have Superman yet. And maybe one of your friends has a duplicate Superman but needs Orphan Annie. So you swap, and each one has a new comic button to add to his collection. And you know the best part is, your fun keeps right on. Sure, because there are 18 different buttons in the series, and you'll want to get them all. And no wonder. There's the doggone bright and smart looking, straight from the funny papers. So how about asking Mom to get you some more of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep? You don't send in any money, not even a box stop, and you can't buy them anywhere. The only way you can get these nifty comic buttons is as exclusive prizes in packages of Pep. Remember, that's P-E-P, Pep, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now, the adventures of Superman.
After revealing that a Siamese cat, a gift from an unknown admirer, had been talking to her in a human voice and warning her against editor Perry White, Lois Lane mysteriously disappeared. The following night, Jimmy Olsen and Perry White heard Lois's voice, apparently coming from the cat's mouth, telling them she was at a house on Myrtle Drive and needed help desperately. Driving to the house, a seemingly deserted old mansion on the outskirts of Metropolis, they heard strange voices whispering their names. But when they flashed a light around the room, they could see no one. Then, as they heard Lois call to them, Jimmy disappeared. And when Superman arrived a few minutes later, he told White that neither Jimmy, Lois, nor anyone else was in the house. Just then they heard Jimmy calling faintly for help, but Superman was unable to see him. Puzzled, he stands beside the trembling Perry White in the dark, musty room. Listen.
That's strange. Jim sounded as if he were right here in this very room.
Oh, of course he did, and he is. Strike a match, Superman.
He isn't in this room, Mr. White. He isn't anywhere in the house.
He must be. We heard it.
I know, but he isn't here. There's no one in this house except you and me. And there are no hidden speaking devices in the walls or floor. I can't understand it.
Oh, I'm going out of my mind. I'm stark raving mad.
There must be a logical explanation for all this.
Oh, must there?
Yes.
Cats talking like human beings. Lois disappearing from a taxicab in broad daylight. Jim vanishing into thin air.
What's the matter?
Oh, a cat. Did you hear it?
Yes, there's a cat on the front porch.
You're sure I didn't just hear it like I heard the voices?
Of course not. It's on the front porch, I tell you.
Maybe it's Jim.
Huh?
Or Lois.
What?
Maybe we're all crazy. Maybe the Egyptians were right.
What Egyptians? What are you talking about?
Jim said the Egyptians believe that when a man dies, he turns into a cat.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
I heard the cat talk with my own eyes. I mean, with my own ears. I heard it in my own bedroom.
You did?
It talked with Lois's voice.
I'm surprised at you, Mr. White. You know better than to believe silly superstitions like that.
No, I don't know what to believe anymore. I think I'm going out of my mind. I think I am out of my mind.
Come on, now, pull yourself together. We've got to find Jim and Lois.
No, I don't think we'll ever find them.
Of course we will. Now, listen, try to remember. Just where were you when Jim disappeared?
Here in this room. No, we were in the next room. I can't remember.
Well, he couldn't have disappeared from this room. Let's have a look at the other room.
No, wait, don't leave me, Superman.
I'm right here.
Where? Where? I can't see you.
Right here. Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Stop, don't move.
What?
Don't move, I said. There's a trap door right in front of you.
A trap door?
Yes. It's set on spring hinges in the floor. That's how Jim disappeared. He stepped on that trap door.
Good Godfrey.
Of course, Jim went through the trap door and... Wait a minute. That's queer.
What is? What's under the trap door?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Just a hole, a rough excavation under the house. Looks as if someone started to build a cellar once and gave it up.
Is Jim down there?
No, nobody is. Except
what?
The cat that was on the front porch a minute ago.
The cat?
Yes, now don't go getting any crazy ideas.
Maybe Jim, the cat...
Look, Mr. White, you're letting your imagination get the best of you. Now, you've got to pull yourself together.
No, I can't. I'm done for. I can't stand anymore. I'm an old man, and now I'm losing my mind.
Snap out of it. There's work to be done. That's your car out in front, isn't it?
I don't know. It may not be a car anymore. Maybe it's an elephant.
Don't be silly. Get in the car and drive to the nearest telephone. Call Inspector Henderson and tell him to come out here. Then go back to the Daily Planet and wait.
Henderson, Daily Planet, all right.
Here, wait a minute. I'll help you around the trap door and out of the house. Careful now. Wait a minute. Let me lead you.
Oh, Jim, Lois, talking cat.
Take it easy.
Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I
Steady
tell you.
now. Here we are. All right, come on. There, you can see now, can't you?
Yes, I feel better out here.
Okay. Call Henderson, then go back to the Planet.
Where are you going?
Look for Jim, of course, and Lois. I heard Jim's voice. He must be somewhere around here, and I intend to find him. See you later, Mr. White. Up and away!
Leaping from the rickety porch, Superman circles above the mysterious dark house, then widens his range to search every inch of land below him within the radius of a mile. But finally, worried and baffled, he gives up. A steeple clock is striking midnight as the Man of Steel, once more in the guise and garb of Clark Kent, walks through the city room of the Daily Planet, then enters the office of Perry White, where the gray-haired editor is anxiously pacing the floor.
Anything new, Chief?
Huh? What the... Oh, it's you, Kent.
Did you hear from Inspector Henderson?
Yes, but no snow. He said that he couldn't find Jim or Lois either, and he said the same thing about Superman did.
Oh, what's that?
That the dust in that old house on Myrtle Drive is inches thick. Nobody could walk in it without leaving footprints.
Yes, I know.
And the only footprints were in the two front rooms. They were mine and Jim's and Superman's.
Uh-huh.
So where did those voices come from?
You got me. I made certain there were no hidden speaking devices in the house.
Then what happened to Jim and to Lois? Unless Superman can find them.
He hasn't been able to yet.
How do you know? He told me to wait. Here.
He hasn't been able to find a trace of them.
Did you see him?
Oh, I was in touch with him, yes.
Well, then what'll we do? It isn't only us, it's Jim's mother. I've been walking the floor wondering what to tell her when in case Superman didn't find him.
Yes, I've been thinking about that, too. We'd better call her, Chief. Want me to do it?
No, that's my job. I'm Jim's employer. I'll do it right now. Might as well get it over with. Well, let's see. It's...
Metropolis 60129.
Huh? 0129.
Uh-huh.
Poor woman. Probably worried to death.
Well, maybe by this time she's used to Jim being out late on assignments.
Only I could offer her some hope, but I can't.
I haven't given up hope yet.
I have. Lois has been gone for 2 days, not a trace of her. And now Jim disappears into thin air, too.
Oh, now listen to me, Chief. People don't disappear into thin air.
They did.
Oh.
It's funny.
What?
Why doesn't Mrs. Olson answer? She couldn't have gone to bed.
She never does until Jim gets home.
Then where... Oh, here she is now. Miss Olson? This is Perry White. Oh, I'm all right, thanks, yes. Listen, I'm afraid I have some bad news. You see, Jim... Is he fired? Oh, no, nothing like that. You see... Do I what?
What's the matter, Chief?
Just a minute, Kent. Now, wait a minute, Mrs. Olson. Say that again. Are you sure? No, of course not. It isn't necessary. It isn't necessary. No, nothing. Good night, Miss Olson. Good night. Kent.
What is it, Chief?
Mrs. Olson says Jimmy is home in bed.
What?
Fast asleep.
Amazed, Clark Kent stares at Editor Perry White. Jimmy Olsen safe at home and asleep in bed. What does this mean? We'll return in a moment for the startling and amazing climax of today's episode, so don't move. But first, here again is your announcer.
Say, gang, if you should happen to help your mother with a weekend or two of Kellogg's Pep, don't you forget to remind her, because this sunny, golden toasted cereal tastes a doggone swell. It's so packed with flavor and so crisp and fresh that, well, you'll want to eat lots of it, because Pep is good for you, too. Mom will tell you that. It's got lots of whole wheat nourishment, not to mention good old vitamins B1 and D. Mighty helpful to growing fellows and girls. And, of course, because that's how you get those snappy comic buttons all the gang's collecting. Real humdingers they are. Brilliant red and blue and black pictures of your favorite comic strip characters on sturdy white enameled buttons that you can wear pinned on your jacket or your dress or cap. There's Haroldine and Lillums and Uncle Walt and Superman himself. So better get busy on your collection. Make sure Mom gets you some of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. That's the only way you can get these thrilling comic buttons. You don't send in any money, not even a box top, and you can't buy them anywhere. But you get them as exclusive prizes in packages of P.E.P. Pep, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now, back to the adventures of Superman.
Informed by Jimmy Olsen's mother that the boy reporter was safe at home and fast asleep, Clark Kent and Perry White drove to Jimmy's house, eager to learn what had happened to him and why he had failed to get in touch with them after the experience at the deserted house. As we continue now, Mrs. Olsen is leading the way to the stairs which ascend to Jimmy's top-floor bedroom.
Now, we're sorry to disturb you at this hour of the night, Mrs. Olsen, but it's very important that we talk to Jim.
Oh, that's perfectly all right, Mr. White. I know how it is in the newspaper business. Tell me, have you heard anything of Miss Lane?
No, not yet.
Oh, my, the poor thing. And such a lovely girl she is, too. Jimmy's room's at the head of these stairs. I'll take you up.
What the...
What's the matter, Kent?
I know where Jim's room is, Mrs. Olsen. You don't have to bother coming up.
Well, if you don't mind, then I won't go up with you. These stairs are a little hard on me as I get older.
Oh, sure, you're not old.
Of course not. Look, did you say you saw Jim come home tonight?
Well, no, I didn't see him.
You didn't?
But I heard him.
Oh, I see.
What's the matter with you, Kent? She said
Just
that...
a minute, Chief. Go on, Mrs. Olsen.
Ever since I had the flu, Jimmy won't hear me waiting up for him anymore late at night. But I always hear him come in.
And you heard him come in tonight?
Well, yes, about an hour ago.
Kent, do you have to play detective at 1 o'clock in the morning?
Sorry,
Oh, sorry. Now, don't mind him, Mrs. Olsen. He's dizzy. Now, you go on back to bed.
All right, then. Good night, Mr. White. Good night, Mr. Kent.
Good night.
Good night, Miss Olsen. Night.
Come on, Chief. Hurry.
Oh, now you're in a hurry. You waste 10 minutes asking dumb questions.
They weren't dumb.
Oh, no? What difference does it make when Jim came home?
The difference is that he didn't.
What do you mean he didn't?
Get ready for a shot, Chief. That's Jim's bedroom.
What's the matter with you, Kent?
Nothing's the matter with me, but...
Don't open the door.
All right. Wait a minute. I'll switch on the light. Look, Chief.
Look at what... Good Godfrey! What's that cat doing on Jim's bed?
I don't know.
And where's Jim?
I'm not sure, Chief. But I'm beginning to get an idea.
Pale and trembling, Perry White stares at the cat on Jimmy Olsen's bed, a cold black cat that, awakened by the opening of the door, rises and stretches, mewing plaintively, its green eyes glowing like emeralds. What does this mean? Where is Jimmy, and why is there a strange cat in this place? Superman is on the trail of the mystery, and in Monday's episode, he may have the answer. So, fellows and girls, don't miss Monday's thrilling episode of this exciting story. Tune in same time, same station, for another chapter of the mystery of the talking cat in...
The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow the Adventures of Superman. Brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the grand old Kellogg Company of Battle Creek. And for other thrilling adventures of Superman, see your local newspaper. Superman is also a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC publications.